Hello everyone. Today's topic that I'll be discussing is dividing mixed numbers. I got the request for this on my Facebook page, so I want to make sure that this question gets answered. So, before we actually do the division, we have to know why we are dividing in the first place. A very popular type of question that you'll be presented in math class or in general when you're cooking or something like that is this recipe calls for 1.5 cups of sugar. It's a lot of sugar. And you have 10 cups of sugar total. So you need to figure out how many servings can you break that into. When something's asking you how many of something you can break something into, that means you have to divide. How many little pieces fit into the big whole, that means you have to divide. So in this case, we're doing 3 1/3 divided by 1 3/4. So in order to do that, we have to transform these mixed numbers into improper fractions. And if you don't know what an improper fraction is, that is when the bigger number is in the numerator and the smaller number is in the denominator. So would that look like something like this, 8/3. Bigger number on top, smaller number on the bottom. This is an improper fraction. We have to transform these mixed numbers into improper fractions like this so that we can actually divide them. So let's give it a try. And if you haven't noticed already, we have a baby picture here of Nestor. So cute when he was a little pup. He's still cute, but he was very cute back then and very, very tiny. So since he couldn't join us right now, I decided to put a very cute picture of him right there. So he'll be joining us, and I might defer to his picture for some help, but we'll see if he actually answers us. So back to the question. 3 1/3 is a mixed number. Let's transform it into an improper fraction. If you don't know how to do that, I'll walk through it for you. So we have to take the denominator, or the bottom number, and multiply it by the whole number outside. So 3 times 3 is 9. And then we take that 9 and we add it to the numerator, or the number on top. So 9 plus 1 is 10. So this 3 1/3 can also be written as 10 over, and we always keep the denominator the same, 3. So 3 1/3 is the same thing as 10/3. We bring down our division sign. And now 1 3/4, we're going to do the same thing. So we multiply 4 times 1, and we get 4, right, Esther? Good, agreed. And then we do 4 plus 3, and we get 7. So we change 1 3/4, change the way it looks, into 7/4. So now we have 10/3 divided by 7/4. A little easier now. We don't have as many numbers in our problem. So we have a special strategy for dividing fractions. Even when they're improper, it still works. And that entails us keeping this first number. So I put a K there for keep. So that's 10/3. We're going to change division into multiplication. Okay, because multiplying by the reciprocal, which we'll talk about in a second, is the same thing as dividing by the number we see here. So we're going to change division into multiplication. Notice how I put the letters right under what I'm doing. 10/3 times, and now we're going to find the reciprocal of 7/4, which just means flip it over. Turn the whole thing upside down. So it looks like this, 4/7. Instead of 7/4, it becomes 4/7. And this works for dividing all fractions. Keep, change, reciprocal. So in this case, now we just have a multiplication problem. 10/3 times 7/4, or excuse me, times 4/7. And now we just multiply straight across. 10 times 4 is 40. 3 times 7 is 21. You would think you're done, but you're not done yet. Because if you look back at your original question, these are mixed numbers. So our answer needs to be in the form of a mixed number. So I'll erase this question mark, because we're almost there. And now we need to turn 40/21 into a mixed number. Okay, so to do that, we need to see how many times does 21 go into 40. What do you think, Nestor? Nestor, you're gone. Oh my goodness. You didn't tell me. Hopefully he comes back soon. I don't want to show the password. We need Nestor for the finish here. There you go. Okay, there he is. Next time, tell me if Nestor disappears. Anyway, 40 over 21. We need to see how many times does 21 go into 40. So it goes 21, that would be 1 time. 2 times, it would be 42. That's too big. So it only goes in 1 time. And then we need to see how much is left over. So if we take 21 out of 40, that means we're going to have 19 left over. So that is what goes on top. And again, like we said over here, we keep the denominator the same. So our final answer is 1/19 over 21. It's our final answer. I hope this was helpful. Again, well, I haven't said it yet, but if it was possible, we would simplify this down, but we can't simplify this any further, so we leave it as is. I hope this was helpful. Dividing mixed numbers, Nestor's back, so that's good. And if you have any questions, please let me know. I'll be happy to help. Thanks.